I think I got it figured out without having to. Did I do it right? Can you guys? I think I did it right without having to make myself invisible to you guys. I know. I think I did. I'm a genius. Do you guys see all three of us? Because if you guys do, that would be awesome. Yes, they see all of us. Oh my goodness. So really what I just had to do is rather than using my Stream Labs, I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I really don't know how I did that. I think once I clicked into yours, because I had it set up, I actually had it like I typed everything in, had it set up. And then when you brought me on yours, I have you over here on the screen. I just clicked to go live and it's popped up what's over here on the screen. So that's awesome. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Hey everyone, welcome. So you guys know we try to take turns on each other's. Justin is muted. Are you muted, Justin? I hear you just fine. That's what somebody is saying. Can't hear Justin. Molly, Molly, no. All right, you guys tell me now if you can hear Justin.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Testing, testing.
Testicles, 1, 2. Testicles, 1, 2.
We're so immature.
That's
I love
so
it.
funny. Testicles. No one is blurry. Yay. And I think I actually fixed it where they can hear you. Give them a second. Yes.
This is Justin and Tom Cruise.
Justin and Tom Cruise.
That's funny.
I think they can hear us now. With Molly.
Yep, they're writing yes. They're writing
Okay,
yes.
awesome. I figured it out. I'm literally smarter than the hubby. Oh my God, I like those. Did you have those made, Molly?
That lovely lady, the veteran, made them, and then she was attacked in the groups for trying to profit, and she said, "No, I'm not trying to profit. I just wanted to do something nice."
What is it? I didn't see it. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so apparently a lot of people just getting attacked. The family, people that just want to really help. I am probably not going to be really participating in those groups just because they just seem so toxic. Everybody on Facebook is just so toxic. And I thought like Facebook was supposed to be a place where you're supposed to respect people and, you know, it's not what I'm into. So, to make this very clear to anyone who is misunderstood or misguided, I am always here for the victim. The victim. That's where my empathy lies. Okay.
Yes.
And I never planned on working with anybody. I don't consider Letitia or Mr. Jackson that we're working together. What are we working for? We're not working for anyone. We're commentating on the videos that we're seeing and offering help to a family that doesn't really know what to do because you know what? It's not like something like this happens every single day.
We don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Every day is something different, you know.
Exactly.
And you're not going to get us to stop talking about it. So give that up.
I think it's ridiculous that people, would say like, "Oh, we're getting a cut of some money." Show the proof of that.
That's actually slanderous.
Please.
Show the proof of that.
That's actually slanderous.
Yeah. My thing is, what's so crazy is someone, that's I'm a reporter. You should know better than put anything out there without having your evidence or proof. Just because you think, well, maybe it's a possibility, I don't know, doesn't make it okay to say, and it doesn't make it true. I've not been paid by anyone. Family, obviously, I make money on YouTube. That's different.
That's different.
But
well, you want to know something, Elle Bee? Miss St. Olaf over there knows that she has zero credibility, that people don't trust her, that people don't take her word with any value at all.
Right.
They know she's just the drama queen, and she screws up with everything that she touches. And that is the fact.
Yep.
So she might not like it that the family chose to cut her off and say, you know what, you're really not the one for me.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, sometimes your attitude can come off as very fake, Miss St. Olaf. And I'm sorry that that bothers you. And I never tried to work with the girl's father. That I don't know where you got that from. I had one very small live where he was live and he said he didn't want to be on the live, so I put her on mute. And he called days later and we talked for about a half an hour, me, him, and his wife. And what he said is confidential. And what he, well, you better believe that I most certainly did ask if this GoFundMe by this friend, alleged friend, the she, no, I believe that's the wife.
The wife. That's what I've been hearing too.
And I don't owe anybody any sort of loyalty, or I don't know him. I don't owe anyone an explanation of where these people are located, where this girl's located at, because number one, I'm not there, but a family member sent it to Justin and I'm sorry, but you can't have it both ways and say, Miss St. Olaf, that oh well, they have Dre's got an attorney, right? Okay, so if you got an attorney for the father, then they should have known the information that we had. How would we have the information that the attorneys don't and that the courts don't?
Exactly.
That I kept it from them? No.
Well,
I was talking to you. Had you been nicer to me and not been a complete low-life loser by asking for your refund back, I would have told you. If you would have reached out and said, Maris, we're having a hard time locating this chick. Any ideas? I would have told you. But guess what? The father who you doxed, I never put out his messages. I can't even say his name. So why don't you prove to him where I doxed him, or and how you tried to tell him that I illegally recorded him? That is flat out false. So if Mr. Obama wants to know, I think you should, like I said, you'll see. I said it in the beginning. You'll see. You'll have to learn on your own. I never shared anything. I never recorded. I don't do shady shit like that. But you said that you no longer wanted contact. So why should I feel obligated to give you information on your daughters, which you should already have because you have a lawyer? That's not my responsibility. Oh, it's a responsibility on the day of. How are we supposed to know that you guys were all supposed to be there and you couldn't find her? I could have told you days ago you weren't going to be able to find her. She's going to run. And I'm glad she ran because she's getting herself into more of a heap of trouble. I will say whatever I want. I don't owe you anything, Miss Olaf.
She's not worth it, Marissa.
She's not. It's so sickening where this girl thinks that she is like the top of command, you know, commander in chief. She's nothing. And that's why people are leaving you. Your people are going to start changing their name and come over to us. That's what's going to happen. And they're welcome to.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Penelope. I think I got Penelope, Phoenix, Lori, Christina, and Judith, a few new members, and a couple super chats. Thank you guys so much. I'm having to do things a little bit different, you guys. So normally I have another screen over here, and I don't have it. So I'm doing things a little bit different. So I'm just kind of letting them kind of do their thing and say how they feel. I know it's been tough because it's hard not to respond. Thank you, Miss Thang, for becoming a member. Because a lot of times, you know, responding seems to make it worse. But in this case, when you deal with this particular person, it doesn't, not responding makes it worse as well. Like, because the person just doesn't stop, like, making claims that we're being paid by the family. That is ridiculous. How would she like it if we said that about her? She would not like it at all. Nat, I'm trying to get to it on my phone to try to slow it down, or I may have to. You guys give me just a second. I'm going to have to adjust the screen. Maybe I can bring it over here. Okay. Let me get.
Spray some of that.
So there's an active shooter in Minnesota right now at the Mall of America. I hope nobody is deceased.
So
Can you wrench me? I'm underneath my Patreon, Daniel Jackson. Jackson.
What should I put the slow mode on?
30.
I turned it on a minute, 45 seconds at least.
We'll do in the middle, like 60. If it needs more, you guys just let me know. It really does. It gets kind of irritating trying to, because we do this because we care about the situation. The 3 days, and I'm speaking for myself right now, and I know they did the same thing, but the 3 days that I took to really do a deep dive into the situation, to watch all of the videos so I really could get a good understanding of the situation, that was 3 days that I could have been putting out 2 or 3 videos a day, making money on a different topics, my regular teen mom drama, whatever, I can do a video on Mama June and it'll do great. You know what I'm saying? But there was 3 days where I did nothing but learn about this. I took notes. I mean, one of the days I had to take my son to the eye doctor, and at the eye doctor, I'm literally sitting there writing notes and listening while my son is, seeing his eye doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If this was about, just doing it for the money, I think we would probably all be doing something else. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Robin.
Yes.
And videos like this, most of the time they get limited ads, and we can't foresee the super chats we're going to get. Going into this, we know the topic's going to get limited ads. We don't know if we're going to get super chats. So it's really irritating. Do we get paid by YouTube? Sure. It's what we do. We put all of our time into it.
Minuscule amount.
Right. Let me tell you guys something. What's so crazy is the person that's yelling about us getting paid is over there making $15,000 to $30,000 a month, while I'm making not even nothing close to that. Nothing close to that. So
It's amazing.
It's wild. Thank you, Scarlett. Love y'all. Just discovered the 3 of you because of Vaughn. Keep doing what you're doing. Love y'all so much. I don't know what I'd do without your laughs. Oh, thank you. You three are so relaxed together. I love it. I like hearing info. Wrapped up in a comfy blanket. Yes. Love you. Thank you guys so much.
Sweet.
Yeah. What's so crazy is your wife swap episode was shared, and it was like you guys are gonna listen to her for information. I'm like, I loved her even more after watching her on wife swap. That's like the last thing you could do is show her wife swap episode, because people's gonna go watch that.
She's just promoting it.
Yeah, you're promoting your wife swap episode. So, and if they're watching it on YouTube, isn't that literally on a channel that you and Princess run, or that y'all? It's yours and Princess's channel. So more views on a channel that's yours. And literally, that's when I watched Wife Swap, I was like, I really like her. Oh yeah, I like this chick. You know what I'm saying? And then there was something else that she did. Oh, she posted another a little clip of when Queen Tussla came on, and there was this, the issue with Queen Tussla. she posted that and made it into a thing. And I actually just watched a stream done by another creator where they watched it and they commentated on it, and they really gave good commentary on it. And they were like, if this creator is using this clip to make them look bad, this is not the clip she should have used. You know,
Yeah, it's not the.
it's really weird. But
She's irrelevant in my life.
it would be nice if
Nothing to me.
it would be nice if we could just, talk about Vaughn and
You know what somebody
Keep it that way.
said to me? Somebody sent me a message and said to me, it's a YouTuber channel that said, you know what? I love that you said, don't go after all these people, go after me. Because they're not being bothered by her anymore.
mm-hmm. A lot of
So
people
you know
are,
what?
yeah.
I can take it, sweetheart. I can take it. But I'm going to give you a warning. And I have to give a warning to everyone because this has happened. Do not allow my husband to get on. You do not want to get on my husband's radar. That it would be the worst fucking move of your life.
That's what I hear, Molly.
It is. And my husband does not pay attention to anything, but when you get on his radar, he's going to zoom in on you.
He has a business card that says "I fix problems" and his phone number, and that's it.
I love that.
How did
I read that to my husband.
Yeah. Oh,
Because-
I told you.
Because I talked to your husband on the phone.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I do.
I know.
I
I know.
talked to him.
At this point, her Facebook content is us though, and that is sad. Molly, you said something last night. There was a YouTuber, and I don't know how to pronounce her name, but her last name is Simone, right? Isn't that who it was?
Tia?
Is that how you say her last? That's pretty easy.
Tia Simone.
Okay, yeah, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous.
She's awesome. She's smart.
She's very smart. She did a live last night, and I tried watching it. I was falling asleep just because I was so exhausted. But she did a really good video last night, and you were in the comments, and I read what you said. Essentially, there's a crush going on here, and that's why.
I think she's got a crush on me. Yeah.
That is why.
There's been others.
Tony, Michelle, love you guys. Thank you so much. I think that's what it is. I think it's figured out. I think it's this. There's a crush there on you, maybe on me. Who knows? Possibly on Justin. We don't know. And that's
she
why
wants to go down on me. Yeah, I think she does. She wants to go down on me.
And that's why she constantly has to talk about you and post your video. And I saw that you can actually report Facebook accounts for intellectual property. So really, every time she plays your video, if you want it to be petty, like she is, you could literally report it and literally get her Facebook taken down. So I don't know why she just doesn't leave it alone, move on, like cover your other content. And if somebody doesn't like the way that we're covering the bond situation, start covering it yourself or do something else entirely. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing that's really interesting about her is she tries to speak in code. Like her little lies, she tries to like speak in code, and she thinks that we're all morons and that we'll never be able to figure out what or who she's talking about.
I can promise you she thinks her subscribers are dumb. She does.
I know.
She does. And that's insulting to the people that watch her. And I've known her since 2019, and that's why I can say that. I personally know that she thinks her subscribers are idiots. And we had a lot of the same subscribers for the longest. And that's one of the reasons why I had to pull away, was because I knew that she was lying to them about a particular topic. And I was like, oh, she's lying. And I can't even say anything because it's going to look like I'm trying to have issues with another creator. And I don't want that. But eventually I just had to break away because I was like, no, I'm not going to deal with that.
So I got a message. Justin, Molly L. I have a degree in child development and could have some insight about this case that might help support the children to be taken away. I also used to watch her here and there and grew up not far from where Vaughn was stationed. So I'm very invested in this case. I did see a video recently on her supporters live as well that might have more insight into this case. I would love to help in any way. I was trying to jump on a link tonight, but was driving and didn't see it. but I do have a few points to talk about. So if you wanted to call me or have me on panel, I'd be happy to jump on. Thank you so much. I also might have an address where she can be served in Tucson if it hasn't already been discovered. Thank you for all you all do.
That's interesting.
So interesting. This is what I tried telling you on the second live you done on Marvin, but I know the comments go quickly. There has not been a divorce docket that can be found. On Twitter, there was a post that the VA hospital wanted proof of her and Von's marriage. That's why she was keeping away Letitia. It was not an order. I can't find the Twitter post now, but I will take a look again. Hope this can help Miss Letitia. Much love. And I already read that last night. Oh my God. Girl tied to bedposts in home with 2 dead bodies chewed herself free from.
Yep, yep. That's
What?
what I was going to talk to you about, Marissa, that
You
case.
gotta be fucking kidding me. What?
Where did you
I
see that?
typed earlier. I said I need to talk to you about a case later. That was it.
Can you send me that, Justin? I want to see that.
Yes. I think it's on. Hold on. Let me find that.
There's so much terrible stuff that happens in the world.
And doesn't it worry you sick about your children?
Oh my goodness, yes. Absolutely. Yes.
And I only have one. You got 6. I can't imagine what. Can I ask you a question? Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite?
Oh my God, Marissa.
My kids would probably say that I do. But and what's crazy about that is my son Caden would say that it was him. Caden would be like, "Yeah, I'm sure I'm your favorite," and they would probably most of them would say that it was them. My 17-year-old would probably say that it's my 5-year-old. My 5-year-old would say that it was her. My 7-year-old would say that it was him. My 8-year-old would say that it was him. My 11-year-old would probably say that it's my oldest one, and my 14-year-old would say that it was him. So most of them would say that they're my favorite because I'm pretty. But no, I don't have a favorite. I have different bonds with each one of them. My oldest,
There's
yeah,
different relationships with each, and you love them equally, but in their own way.
right,
That's what I hear. I can't imagine having like 3 or 4 Jakes, you know?
Yeah, it's
If you have 6 kids, they're going to be 6 totally different kids.
and they are, they're very different. But my
Is
oldest,
there one that drives you nuts?
yes,
Yes, there's always
Is there
one that
one
drives you
that's a
nuts.
total angel?
yes.
Yes,
Oh my
there's
God.
always an angel, and there's always one that's going to drive you nuts.
I'm actually blessed enough to have 2 angels. I do have 2 angels.
Oh.
Yeah. My son Caden, he's the 14-year-old, and nothing bothers him. He is very laid back. He does not get irritated with his siblings. He never gripes at them. They can, like the other day, Kennedy, which is my 5-year-old, walked in the room and said, "Caden, will you play Roblox with me?" And he was like, "Yeah, come on." So he's very like, whatever. So he's really good. And then my 8-year-old, he's autistic and he's very good as well. He doesn't really cause any problems. And then I have one that's ADHD and he's a little on the wild side, but yeah. He's a little on the wild side. Like if he's not on his medicine, he'll sit in front of the TV and do flips, run down the hall, come back, flips, run down the hall, come back. It's pretty wild. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's why I couldn't really continue filming in the house during the summer because they're in the house. So we had to get the studio up and running because it's just a lot. But it's cool, Some days I
Is your
go.
food bill astronomical?
Yes, our grocery bill. Oh, probably $1,500 minimum.
Absolutely.
Groceries, yeah.
Do you ever go out to eat?
Rarely. No, not really. Me and my husband go out like once a year on a date, and that is for our our anniversary, and it's December 20th, and we go buy groceries. Not groceries. We go buy Christmas gifts, and we go to dinner, and that is our anniversary. That's what we do. And then we come home and we wrap presents.
Do you have a number of gifts for
No.
each child? How do you maneuver that?
I have them give me a list like months in advance. I'll tell them, you guys write me a list down, and I try to spend the same amount on each kid. So it may not be as far as number of gifts, because like Caden wanted an Apple Watch, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas like Dakota's biggest thing was like a Huggy Wuggy. You know, he's like, I really want that Huggy Wuggy, and it's like $13, you know, but like the Apple
Right.
Watch. So I'll explain it to them. The older they get, I feel like the less gifts they get, because the more expensive they are.
Expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say, listen, Kaden and Paris, you guys got 4 gifts, but the total of your gifts was about the same as their 7 gifts or 8 gifts or whatever it is, you know. So, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, my husband texted me earlier and he was like, I think I'm going crazy today. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
It's a little hectic at times. Yeah, McDonald's for 8 is expensive. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
I went and bought school supplies at Walmart the other day, and this wasn't even all of them. This was just some of them, and it was $388.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just some of them. I had bought some of them beforehand, but yeah, it gets pretty expensive. Southern charm, that's true. Each child teaches you different ways to love and live. My ADHD child taught me patience. My younger child taught me forgiveness, because she's so loving and forgiving. That's very true. Yeah, for sure. Paul from WFLA passed away today, unexpectedly, 57. Paul, that's not the one that's on with BJ most of the time, is it? My oldest is 17. Jake, does he have his license yet, Marissa?
Who?
Jake.
Jake?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't even have a permit.
Girl, you jumped head first. How old is he?
15.
15. My son's 14, and he's like, when you guys gonna buy me a car? And I'm like, pump the brakes. We just got your sister
You got
one.
6
Hold
of them.
on.
I don't know. I mean, how
Yeah.
can you do that?
I know. It's pretty wild.
I don't know why I went so fucking crazy last week and walked in with my pajamas on into a car dealership with the expectation of driving to Target like a boss, and I'm only going to spend 300. I'm only going to spend 300 max. And then bada bing bada boom, I got a blue Camaro 2019 with a red bow on it for my 15-year-old kid. The guys at the place said they'd never seen that. This has never happened the whole time that they were there.
That's pretty wild,
Yeah.
though. That's I would love to do that for my son. You know.
Well, I kind of regret it now.
Oh, yeah, I could.
I'm kind of broke.
Right.
I gave him everything I had.
Oh no. Was Jake surprised?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure. I mean, that's a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but she only has one kid, you know, too. So
I explained that to him, Justin. I do. He knows. I said, Jake, you know, the more kids that you have, there's a little bit of less food, there's less clothes, there's less vacations, there's less going out to eat. I said, you're very blessed. I go, but then again, if we didn't have you, me and Adrian would be living like billionaires. Okay.
Exactly. That's what I tell my.
What I make and what Adrian makes, if we put it together and we didn't have Jake, oh my God. We'd be kings of the world, but we're not. I give all my money away, so I have no one to blame but myself.
All right. He'll enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, he's a really good
Okay,
kid too. You know?
last chance.
And the thing is you gotta. I know everyone says he's such a good kid. I see that now, but you never know when they can take that turn, and it's not because of them. It's the kids that they're around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they're impressionable. Kids are impressionable. They think they want to be cool. They want to be accepted. You know, and here we are thinking, oh, Hershey, sweetest place on earth. Oh, Hershey, Hershey, Hershey. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. And there you go. You have to learn for yourself that, I mean, what the high school principal quit. He physically ran out of the high school. Cop cars and everything. Okay?
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
Because the kids were so bad?
The kids are they're fucking spoiled. In Hershey, we have Penn State Medical Center, Hershey Medical Center, and it's a teaching college. It's a teaching medicine, so it's a huge campus. Everyone that lives here is a doctor. So everyone on my street is a doctor. We bought the house from 2 doctors, blah. So they have these kids who don't get much of attention. And other cities around Hershey will say, oh, the best drugs come from Hershey.
Wow.
I'm like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, the young kids are the best drug dealers. I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. So remember, these kids somehow get access to pills and cocaine and the
terrible.
parking lot. My son showed me the parking lot, and they got Audis and shit. Who buys their kid an Audi? Come on.
I would take one of those. Yeah, not for my kid. That's so crazy.
I mean, and I do have regrets because I had to buy my own car. Adrian had to buy his own car. But yes,
my first car was a 1982 Chevette. That was my first car.
What's a Chevette? Like a that sounds like a Corvette. What is that?
It's the ugliest
Oh, definitely not what I was thinking of.
car that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Oh,
that's wild.
Oh my God. I bought it from a drunk.
Yeah.
So. Was it damaged? I feel like it would be. I mean,
I paid $650 for it, so yeah, it was
pretty damaged, huh? That's hilarious.
Oh my God. They're so awful. They're so terrible.
I'm curious what that looks like.
Oh,
what did you call it? What did you call it?
Chevette.
A Chevette. What year was it?
1982.
1982 Chevette. Oh, wow. What color was it?
Like a crap brown.
Okay, I found your car. But I'm gonna have to show.
Yeah, show it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Y'all look at Justin's hot rod. Hot rod?
Yeah.
Hot rod? Hot rod?
Yes.
Look at
if
that.
If you wanted air conditioner, you rolled down the window, and if you wanted heat, you had to lift the hood and pull a cable.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I mean, I would have drove it as my first car.
Listen, I was poor.
I grew up poor as well. Yeah,
I need poor.
Yeah.
You guys. Thumbs up. I don't feel good at all.
I was wondering that. You seem.
I got a really sharp pain. It's going from here and it's pulsating here. And the light's bothering me.
You might be getting a migraine.
The light is freaking everything is bothering me right now.
Go rest,
I'm just
Molly.
gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna lay down
Hmm.
and I'll come back.
Okay, yeah,
Lay down.
that sounds
I
good.
promise.
I was thinking something was wrong because a while ago I could tell it seemed like she was like not well. Somebody said from a Chevette from a Chevette to a Range Rover. God bless. I hope she'll be okay
It's the
though.
American dream. Now I've had a lot of nice cars since then, but you don't ever forget where you came from.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Don't ever forget where you came from. And I'm not ashamed of where I came from.
Right. Did you
You know what
you were adopted, right?
I was adopted by my grandmother, yeah.
Grandparent. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
I thought that you said that. Is Jay calm? It should be all right, right?
Is what?
Is Jay calm?
Jake home?
Yeah, is Jay calm? Like in case
Yeah,
she.
yeah, yeah. Jake's
Okay.
home, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
She'll be okay.
Okay.
She gets migraines often with that thing in her head,
Yeah,
tumor.
that tumor in her head. I know. I see sometimes people's like Molly's speech sounds slurred, and I'm like, well, first off, she's probably tired because when I'm tired, sometimes I'll get a little like, you know.
Yeah.
But she also has that tumor that who knows? We don't know how that might could
She
affect
had
her.
she had Bell's palsy, like horrible. This is when she was a realtor in Las Vegas. And she was at the office like late one night, and she had this weird pain in her head, right? And she said it was the weirdest thing ever. And then like she just got Bell's palsy and it was really, really bad. Did you see Justin Bieber? He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have Bell's
Yes.
palsy, but it's
It's
something
just
like it.
yeah.
It
I
was
saw
like
that.
that, but it did some permanent damage to her
I saw that.
mouth and stuff. I mean, she even got plastic surgery to kind of lift it up a little bit, but you can still see sometimes when she smiles, it's still like,
So it like didn't correct itself because sometimes Bell's palsy it'll last like months, but then it'll come back. Like it'll fix. I watched this girl on Little Women Dallas, I think it was.
hmm
God, which one? Tanya. I think her name was Tanya, and she got it. She had it for months, and then it just finally her face just went back normal one day,
yeah.
and I was like, wow.
She had a little spell this past winter of Bell's palsy for a
Doesn't
few
stress bring
weeks.
it on? Doesn't stress
Yeah.
bring it on? My goodness,
Hmm.
she needed. Huh, she's tough because sometimes she just gets a lot, and it sucks.
She's very passionate.
Yeah, she is. Someone said,
You can't let it.
how long have you and
You,
Molly been friends, Justin?
we've been over a year and a half. So yeah, it's been a minute. So Molly's more like a sister to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's a good friend.
Yeah,
But
she seems. I mean, I found her back when Hey, buddy, I'm on a live stream. You okay? You need something? What, baby? Probably. Why? I'm not sure, baby. You want me to check the weather? Okay. I'll text you. Um, my son wanted to know if it was
oh
about to start thundering. I should have asked him who does he think my favorite is, just to see what he would
are y'all
say.
getting storms down there?
Yeah, it's raining.
Are you?
Any updates on mall shooting?
Let me check. I'll check for you. Hmm.
My sister had a temporary case of Bell's palsy, and then she was diagnosed with Graves' disease.
Yes. It can also be other underlying,
That's what I was
factors.
gonna ask. Could it be something that could bring that on, like Graves' disease? Like, is that something that?
I mean, it can be, you can have like autoimmune issues as well, but I don't really know if they know exactly what Graves' disease, or not Graves' disease, but Bell's palsy, really is.
Yeah.
It's still really the same thing as it was earlier with the active shooter.
Oh, I was gonna look it up, but you looked it up. It's in Minnesota. What part of Minnesota?
I mean, the Mall of America. I can show
Oh,
you a
well,
video that I showed on Marissa's earlier if you guys want to see it.
yeah, yeah. If you can pull it up and show it.
Sure.
Um, I know where Cottonport. I was just in Marksville Tuesday, I think it was. My 2 cents.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Yeah.
Now at the very first, like right here, do you see this guy like
Hmm.
in a wife beater?
Yeah.
That's the shooter.
Trigger warning, you guys. Just putting that out there.
Yes, and he's right there. Yes, trigger warning. I think I need to mute.
Attention. Those who are not currently in a secure location, seek shelter immediately. Again, those who are not currently in a secure location, seek shelter immediately.
Pray for them. Pray for them, officers. They're literally having to walk right into the line of fire. Oh my gosh, that is
And they don't
devastating.
even have like headgear or anything like
No,
that, right?
right.
So it's there was a photo of the shooter earlier. Let me see here. Here he is. Here's the shooter, alleged shooter.
Is what kind of gun is it? I wonder because it looks
I
like
don't know. I mean, I would say that, in my opinion, he's probably already been apprehended.
Mm-hmm.
But what is that? Mall of America, identified as Carl Johnson of Sandreas. Carl Johnson.
It's terrible.
My mouse is dying, I think. It's you just don't even know. You just can't even go out anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's so
sad.
sad. That's one thing that I'm happy that we don't live in a big city because I mean, unfortunately, more crime, takes place in a bigger city, like
Yes.
school shootings, most happen in bigger schools. I grew up in the country and I always wanted to raise my family in the country. And where we live now, it's not exactly the country that I grew up, like how I grew up. Like I literally grew up dirt road. We would go down to the creek, catch crawfish. There was literally one red light. We literally drove before we had our license. We would drive the back roads to our grandma's
Yeah.
house.
Of
I
course.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Where I live
That's how I
now with
grew
my
up.
yeah, where I live now with my kids, it's a little town. We live in a little subdivision, um, but it's still not the city. Like this, I'll say things like, I'm going into the city, um, to go school clothes shopping, or I got to go to the city for a doctor's appointment, and it's like an hour and 25 minutes away from me, like the biggest city, really.
Hmm.
But my dad lived in the city for a while, and he had my half brother. When my dad and his wife got divorced, the wife left my brother with my dad. So my dad was like he was a single man working and raising his young son, and they
Ooh.
lived right beside the school, and sometimes he would walk. from to school from school, and I was like, I don't like that because it's the city. It's so big, and even though it's right there, like it scares me.
So I think this is his profile.
Profile. Huh. 23 friends. I wonder if there's anything on there that would make one believe that there was an issue.
Does anybody read Spanish? How did someone get my link to come up here?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think you
They
shared it
popped up
anywhere.
and they popped down. No, but that was very weird because I emailed the link.
Yeah, that's so wild. Who got the link? Is your studio like a she shed? Yes, it is. It is a 8 by 10. All right, so enter the Spanish. Let me enter the Spanish.
The Yeah, it's a character for the video game, but it looks like it's been captioned
It
by
says,
someone.
here's your context. That's what it says. Here's your context. Yep, it says here. Yep, they said, here's your context.
What is S?
Oh, let me see that one.
S. Can't see crap.
S
S
D L
D
G
L J
L J
L A
L A.
space WAIFU space CON space OLOR space A space LIMON.
That's a weird one because it says the slime smelling something. Thank you, Penelope. Here's your context. Too small. The first one. Okay, so I don't know because it says the slime smelling something. I think. Oh, hold on, I got that wrong. Hold on. Let me double check. LAWAFU.
The character name of on it is GTA is Carl Johnson. Okay.
Let me retype it again. SD. LG. Is that a LA?
With the smell of lemon, what it says.
With the smell of lemon. Okay. I did see the smell of lemon, but it was the first part that wasn't translating for me. I figured I got it wrong. They were comparing what the shooter was wearing to what that game, what just happened, to what that game character wears. The video game character's name is Carl Johnson. Huh. Carl Johnson is not the shooter? Gonna dip out. Sorry, that was way too triggering. Not your fault. I understand. But that's why I put a trigger warning. That's why I said trigger warning, because I do understand. They're looking for two. There was more than one.
It looked like it started in the Nike store.
Yeah.
It could have been even something like a gang or something, and they just saw each other and
Yep.
unleashed. You just don't know anymore. That's the crazy thing about it.
It's so scary.
Oh, I needed to send you that with that kid literally 4 found dead in multiple crime reports of explosion. Of that child trying to eat his way. He ate the cord off of him or something like that. I think it is.
Goodness. That is so bad. Oh. on your channel, do you normally like stay on one topic for a while, or will you cover like multiple things at once?
I usually do one that's like the main theme,
Mm-hmm.
but then I do even if I do 5 minutes of another just to get the word out
Right. Oh yeah.
about this what's going on. But like I do a lot of Summer Wells. Um I do a little this case, her name is Angel Overstreet, and she was a 3-month-old baby who the mother gave the kid up to a guy she was kind of dating at the time, but it turns out he wasn't the father. And CPS came and said, "Hey, you're not the father of this kid. You got to give it back." They went to the door, and he knew that they was on him because he was running from them. And the 3-month-old baby has not been seen since. This man also beat the entire HE double hockey sticks out of his mother till she was unrecognizable. And it's in my state.
Oh my
But
goodness. Where would the baby go? Like how does he have
he's killed the child.
Oh, he would have
He's
had to have,
psycho.
right? I mean,
He's killed that child.
oh my
And
goodness.
everyone knows it. And he's really big into abusing his girlfriends. And he held one of his girlfriends down in the middle of a road and carved his initials in her stomach.
She died? Did she
No,
die?
she didn't die.
Holy crap. That is terrible.
There's a lot of, but he's in jail for beating his mother.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank goodness. That's
but
where he needs to be.
yes,
Um, do we have any update on Bond? Someone sent me some videos earlier, but I haven't had a chance to watch them. But I don't really
I'm
think
gonna.
we have an update. I don't know if Miss Letitia or Mr. Jackson have been able to go visit again. As far as we know, they haven't, huh?
Yeah. Elle, is that your real name, LB,
No.
or is that your stage name? Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Because I think of LB, and I'm from the country, and we say LIB. you know,
LIB.
that's what I think of. Will
Yeah.
I be?
Well, I be dang.
Yeah.
It's not my real name. It is a stage name. And when I started
Okay.
my channel, I actually went by my real name. And
Yeah.
I was really open kind of with everything. Like I did a live and I had my son on there with me one time. So oblivious to how
Yeah. Well,
cruel.
when you come to this and you're so pure, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
You just have no idea how
Terrible.
crazy
Exactly.
some of these people can be.
Right. My
You
son was
know.
on a little live stream with us one evening, and somebody said your son looks like something and looks like he smells like Marlboro menthols, and he's got a big head. And my son pointed at it and just died laughing. He was like, "Oh my god, look at that!" They said I got a big head, smell like cigarettes. And I'm like, so he took it in like whatever, like he didn't
I
think
know,
nothing
but
about
it's
it, but
terrible. I would have wanted to come through the camera.
I am that way. Like when it comes to my kids and my husband, like don't say nothing about
That's
them. That's
different.
one way
Yeah.
that will
Yeah.
tick me off. But I
Yes.
learned pretty quickly, like don't like kids. That's why if you see them come in, I'll usually mute and I'm like, like I'll hold them back because I'm like, no, 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 no,
Same.
no. Yep.
Same.
But I was doxxed pretty badly. My phone number was doxxed on a video that had about 300 people watching it from the Unspoken One. She showed my phone number. And then she paid for some financial information regarding me and my husband's finances, and then twisted it to say that like we weren't paying our bills and that our vehicles were about to be repossessed and la di da di da. And um, then when I was falsely arrested, she knew, like, I was arrested on a Saturday. That Sunday I got out. That Monday morning she was putting it everywhere. And I was told that she knew somehow Sunday and wanted to go live Sunday and she asked the only friend that she had on YouTube at the time, which was Unirock, she asked him, she was like, oh, I heard that, Elle Bee got arrested. Let's go tell everybody, let's go live. And he was like, we cannot go live and tell YouTube that she got arrested without any proof. Like, because that's not who she is. Nobody's going to believe us, especially with what the charges were. The charges were literally flight from an officer and cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, me over here squeaky clean, no, nobody's going to believe that. We're going to have to wait until you have some sort of information, proof. So she was following my local police department on Facebook. Like, she had liked their page. So Monday she starts tweeting about it, going live about it, la-di-da-di-da. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to get away from my real name. Because I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to one day have 100,000 subscribers. I want one day to have 200,000 subscribers. And I've realized there are some real loony bins on the internet, whether it be another creator or just somebody that don't like me on social media, like that follows me, that don't like me, that likes to attack me or come for me. Because there was like a couple of her hardcore followers that no longer are her hardcore followers. She literally had like a handful of people that was like ride or die for her, that would come for me so hard. And like I said, they don't like her no more. But there was one that like was commenting on my Facebook page under pictures of my child saying, your mom is a backstabber. Did you know your mom is a backstabber? And it was my daughter was winning awards. It was like pictures of her winning awards. And she was commenting that. And I'm like, this woman kept bombarding me with emails. You're a backstabber. You're a backstabber. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I was like, maybe if I stop using my real name now and I use a different name, when I do have 100,000 subscribers, nobody will know my real name. So if I do come across a crazy person and they want to dig into my family or to me, they won't be able to. But I really can't seem to get away from my real name because she continues using it. Anytime she mentions me, she says my real name. And like she did it on her Facebook the other day. And somebody said, who is that? And she says, that's Elle Bee. And they said, well, why did she change her name? And she said, because she got caught lying so much. No, because you doxed me, fool. That's why. Not because I got caught lying so much. What the heck are you talking about?
I still don't, like, I never knew who she was, so, like, this is just crazy to me. Like,
Yeah.
I just want everybody to get along and, we don't have to agree on everything, but just come on, man.
I know. Thank you, sweet
crazy.
Sherry. Thank you. It's really wild because here's the thing, I wish she would understand that y'all gave her a chance when y'all were literally being told don't. Like, I know y'all got bombarded because I saw publicly what people were saying, like,
Yes.
under y'all's videos, like, don't work with her. So I know y'all were getting emails. I know y'all were getting direct
Calls,
messages, calls.
Text, direct messages, DMs, snail mail.
There was a helicopter
carrier.
going by, pulling a sign that says "Don't work with KJ."
Yeah, a banner.
Yeah.
Neon lights, a flare gun.
I know, right? But y'all gave her a shot, and y'all chose to decide for yourself, and she could at least be grateful that y'all didn't just listen to what everyone's saying. And I don't know. I just wish her content literally right now on Facebook, and she's getting paid for this. Like, she wants to sit over there and act like we're the ones doing this for money. She is literally, we are her content. Right now, I guarantee you, if she hasn't posted about this live right now, she will. More than likely, she will. And there's ads on her posts. There's ads on her videos. And she was monetized on Instagram, but she got reported so much that, from my understanding, she can't go live on Instagram anymore. So, Elle, you should get a restraining order on her. I actually contacted my local police about getting a restraining order on her, and I called my local police department the Friday before I got arrested. I had them out here at my house Friday. They were out here for like an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour, and I was telling them about this crazy situation, that started like, well, I'm a YouTuber. I know it sounds strange, but I'm having issues with this other YouTuber, and this is what she's done. And I asked if I could get a restraining order. And essentially, he was like, I mean, you could try, but like 9 times out of 10, the judge is not going to believe that some, woman in Minnesota is going to catch a flight to Louisiana to harm you. So they basically just told me to document the harassment, to like press charges for like bullying and harassment or something like that. But my lawyer does have everything like that she has said in regards to like my arrest and stuff like that. Like my lawyer knows all of that. She can go live on Instagram. She chooses not to for some reason. I don't know. I haven't seen her live on Instagram, which I don't watch her. I do not watch her. People post things on Twitter, so I don't know. I just saw where people said she couldn't. That's nothing. There's nothing name. I lost her nephew after showing a financial report in a false note. Yep, it was a lot. Yes, at Cod Rocker, I was arrested December 2019. I had chalk in my car. My daughter had left a bag that it once had cement, chalk. It was a false arrest. I sued the police department. I sued, I sued. I can't name them, but I sued. It's a shame there can't be something like a restraining order. Also, it's really wild, yeah. And the thing is like I contemplated. Is it on my YouTube page? Where at? Where's it at on my YouTube page? Tracy.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Kids.
Yeah, I get it. What is her? Wait, where did the tiny treasure? I watched your whole arrest video. It took me 2 days to finish because I got to upload of kids too. I did a whole video about my arrest, but it was a live stream, so it was pretty daggone long. It was, because a lot of people obviously wanted to know what happened. So
Yeah.
I thought about doing like a pre-recorded video just to tell the whole story and putting it up for people that don't have time to watch a 2-hour video, 3-hour video, or whatever. Everyone put Tiny Treasure in image. I see it.
Just
I think
shorten it
so.
down a little bit, like
Yeah. Yep.
just the main details. Yeah.
Yeah, because I do understand that. I mean, I think that video was like almost 3 hours or something, so I do get it. Justin, how many kids do you have? Bet you're
I
a
have
full dad.
I have 2 kids, and then I do temporary foster care as well.
Which is, ah, that's, I don't know how I would do that. That's gotta be tough to do that. Is your husband as like soft and like laid back as you are? Like, are y'all very similar?
My husband is complete opposite of me. Um, he's very quiet. He's very intelligent. My husband's a lot like or Marissa's husband.
Adrian, yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, he's business,
gotcha. Adrian, it's wild that Adrian is like,
and I'm the blonde that don't shut up. So
Sean's like very serious, like no nonsense type of. I'm gonna send you this, Justin.
mhm.
Tiny Treasure is trying to tell y'all something in the chat. Tiny Treasure, you sent this to my email, right? I'm gonna send this to you and click on it and play it. I watched it earlier, but
Mhm.
I thought it was like an older one. I thought it was an older post. Tell me if you've seen this. It says Slay with Dre McRae was live on June 30th. But was that
Mhm.
an older video?
If it's the one I'm thinking about, it was not. Yeah, it's. Let me look. Let me look at this.
They said she said that Vaughn sat up in the chair.
Oh yeah, this is an old one.
This is an old one. Okay. Because she said he had been off the vent since like 11, um, earlier that day.
It's June 30th.
Yeah, it's June 3rd. That's what I thought. Because I was like,
That was the last time. God, her voice, man.
no.
The last time, that's the last time she went live that I'm aware of.
Do you want to play it just
Oh,
for the people
sure.
that
Yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah.
seen it? We'll play
Yeah,
it for
sure.
it is an older one. It's not, I mean, it's, so it's a live that she did on June 30th. June 30th. Um, she did talk about how he was off the vent, breathing completely on his own, and she did say how he had like different doctors, like a physical therapist, a speech therapist, which is interesting. Which makes me wonder if they do think that maybe, because she said which he can't use it right now because he's not speaking, but just that they even had him a speech therapist.
Hmm.
You know,
I've
did,
wondered that too.
yeah. Vanessa, sometimes it'll hold your comment. I'm not seeing where your
Put it
comment.
on live chat, by the way. Don't put it because the default is um top chat,
Yeah,
and you always want to go to live chat
live
because it
chat.
filters out messages, even if the mods, you know. Okay, hold on.
I can't stop smiling. Mom is doing so good. I'm gonna wait for some people to hop on. So if you're watching the replay, my heart is beating so fast.
I'm gonna
If
go
you're watching the
tinkle.
replay, you might
Okay.
want to like record it to like a minute down the road. Oh shoot, I didn't send a message for supporters. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I'm looking forward to updating you guys. This is such a good update. Hi, Tourette. Alexis. Hey, beautiful. Let me send a text really, really quick. I'm so happy. Hi, Amber. Hi, Mary.
I thought she said, "Hey, LB." I'm like, "Hey, girl."
Good in the moment.
Thank you,
Come watch
Cynthia.
Hate on my baby! Exclamation mark. Republic baby! Exclamation mark. So let me tell you. Que hora es? 4:09. Vaughn has been off the ventilator. Off the ventilator since 11 a.m. He is completely breathing on his own, and they have absolutely no plans to put him back on. He is, dude, when I tell you, like, okay, I had already said in my previous video that he was here because the ICU at the VA hospital, they had said that, there's nothing else that we can do for him. But they said that week 1. So we knew he would not stay at the ICU, which I'm so glad because, you know, everything was like detrimental over there. Everything was just, how do I say, because I would speak about how I know he's going to recover. I know he's going to wake up. Like, I know it's going to happen. And so their response was, yeah, hopefully you keep that hope. And it's like, I don't have hope. I got faith. I got faith. That's completely different. I know. And listen, I've prayed many, many times and I've asked Jehovah, listen, please don't give me false hope. If this is I feel so strongly inside that he's going to wake up. If I'm feeling something that is not true, please take it away from me because I don't want to get my hopes up and then something detrimental happens. And anytime I would ask and pray for God's reassurance, He would give it to me in the most incredible way, almost as if reassuring me that yes, and He would make it obvious that it was by Him that He was sending me these I don't want to say signs, but he would answer my prayers. And so this place here is, it's amazing because here they see him as healing and recovering. They don't look at him as, oh, this is, I'm so sorry. This is just the way it is. We're just going to continue to care for him.
Question: are you like the law of attraction type?
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably,
I
yeah.
am the law
Yeah.
of attraction type, but I'm not delusional either.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think
Mm.
I'm like the positivity and
Mhm.
everything like that, but I don't let it fade my judgment with, you
Reality
still got to
or
have
common
reality.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? It's like, there can be like an earthquake going on. I'm just going to wish it
I
away,
know,
wish it
right?
away.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
Like, what?
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
You want to finish this? There's another one someone just sent me. So I don't know if you want to see it or not. I don't think I've heard it. So
Okay. Yep. Whatever you want to do.
it's your show.
Um, it's 15 minutes long. Did she already mention about him sitting up in a chair? Did she already mention that?
Sitting up in a chair?
Yeah, how they put him in a chair, because she mentions that about how like they're putting him up in a chair and having him sit up, and
Ooh, I didn't know that.
yeah, play it a little bit further.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I'm like, no, dude, he has a physical therapist, he has an occupational therapist, he has a speech therapist, which obviously he doesn't talk at the moment. But they sat him up in the bed. Every time I come here, I'm always moving his limbs, I'm always massaging him. So he's been getting that type of support from me since day one. But the fact that there's other people that are doing this for him and helping him, like, what? He sat up in a cardiac chair today. So, like, they are doing all kinds of stuff. And the fact that he's been off the ventilator for since 11 o'clock this morning, I just cannot. That's amazing. It's just crazy. Anyways, make sure he takes the meds the doctor prescribed. That's kind of silly. That's kind of silly. How can they're the ones that give him?
Okay, so I just looked up what a cardiac
that's what I was
chair
going
was
to ask you to do. Look up what the cardiac chair is, so we can see what that is.
because we got to learn.
Mm-hmm. Got to educate ourselves.
And listen, I I volunteer for hospice, and I didn't even know what a cardiac chair was. I didn't know the name for it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is what a cardiac chair is. So,
Just to
could
keep
it?
him from like constantly being late. Bed sores, maybe, like to help with shifting the weight from like. What's the point of it, Justin? You tell me.
This can also be considered maybe a cardiac chair, which to me that just looks like a bed.
Yeah, that's lifted. Hmm. Which some beds, because I've had this happen before, there are some beds literally the bottom like really adjust up and down a good bit.
Yes. See, look at this bed right here, right?
Uh huh.
You see
Looks
where
like
my
a
mouse
hospital
is?
bed, yeah.
Yeah.
But it sits up like a chair. What's the point of it? I wonder though. Is it like bed sores just to like?
Um, the story of the cardiac chair. Did it change with me? Okay. Um, to help reduce mortality from acute myocardial infraction, AMI. Historically, the cardiac chair has been under recognized in terms of the impact and contribution of the care of patients with the AMI In 1912, James Herrick recommended the patients who survived an AMI be placed at strict bed rest. Samuel Levine in 1944 first questioned the wisdom of the recommendation of William Dock. Hold on.
And reduced mortality. Although not well controlled, their studies showed an improvement of 5% in mortality of patients in the chair over those at bed rest. Despite the evidence, physicians were often slow to accept the recommendation of placing patients with AMI into a chair rather than keeping them at prolonged bed rest. This paper draws on archival research and oral histories to discuss the chair, its importance in the history of well-being that resulted in earlier recovery.
Oh crap! Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Um.
Circulation.
Anyway, an improvement of 5% in mortality in patients in the chair over bed rest. Despite the evidence, physicians were often slow to accept the recommendations of placing patients with AMI in a chair rather than keeping them prolonged bed rest. The paper draws on archival research and oral histories, discuss the chair of its importance of the history of coronary heart disease care. Huh.
So I guess it's kind of
That's
like a newer thing.
no, it's been around for decades and decades, but um I think it just helps like more or less the blood flow.
Mm-hmm.
He had COVID. Yes, he did have COVID. Vaughn did when he was in the
He had
hospital.
blood in his urine and a collapsed lung. Vaughn? Am I reading that right, or is it somebody else?
I know he had COVID.
Yeah, I remember her saying that. Um,
I figure he had blood in his urine, and I would say probably a collapsed lung as well. I don't know that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
every
It would not
patient
surprise.
has to be got up. They use the lift every day and is taken to a shower. They have, no matter what condition the patient is in. Really? A patient has a shower every day? Like even like someone like in a coma? Because I would think they would just like wipe you down. You know,
Yeah.
Molly wasn't feeling well. I was thinking it would be just like a little sponge bath.
Wendy, did I watch the video last night?
Collapsed long after they did the
Let me
research.
check. Wendy Fox.
Collapsed long.
Very informative. Oh, no, Wendy, but trust me, I am going to research that. I will. So here is someone just sent me a minute ago. And this is from, hold on, my computer's acting strange. This is from True Seeker. Love True Seeker. She comes on my panel. She comes in your chat and my chat. She's
Mm-hmm.
very sweet. Sends all kinds of things. She's
Thank you.
That's fine for me. I'm not here, you know, bashing myself or dragging my own self through the mud because of what I did. I feel like, if anything, this teaches my kids it's important to be accountable for your own actions.
what did you
It's
do, Dre?
important for you to apologize for the things that you do. It's important to forgive yourself. It's important to always try to strive to be your best self. It's important to forgive you, because if you are bashing you, at what point does anybody else in the household benefit? I'll get there in a minute. Hold up.
She does always seem kind of strung out or under
Yes,
the
you
influence.
can relate and learn. Yes. So then
Look at her
I'm
eyes
like
there. Something's
so
up.
short with him. I'm so short. I'm cutting him off. And then I tell the kids to just come to the couch. We're just gonna start family worship. The way I did it was just so disrespectful. It was just absolutely not an example that a woman should set at all. Like me cutting my husband off that way, that is blatant disrespect. You know why the Bible has what husbands need to do is love their wives. What women need to do, wives need to do, is respect their husband. I feel like it is purposely not put. God didn't have women, you must love your husband, because I feel like that's almost automatic. Women, we love so deep and intense. So I feel like that doesn't even need to be said. But what does need to be said is that we need to respect our husbands, because that's what we're going to be having issues with, is with our submissiveness, our respect to his headship. So that was just not a good example at all to my children or to my heavenly father or to my husband. You know, he he got upset and went outside to sit out. He went outside to sit down. So he literally excused himself to um, calm down. He did everything right. And here I am.
In y'all's opinion, do you think that's just Kay?
Mm-mm. She looks really messed up.
I mean, to me, that doesn't feel like it's just Kay.
Mm-mm.
But I feel like in these moments when she's allegedly really, really high, like she she knows that she's disrespectful and she's got a temper and that she's controlling
Yep.
and all of
So
this
wild to hear her
in
admit
these
all that.
moments. But then there's this other side to Dre. The beast comes out,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, none of us are perfect sweet angels 100% of the time with anybody.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
we're all human. I get that. But as much as she displays out to the public, these things are definitely not normal.
Right.
um, Inside, blood boiling. Like I immediately went to go take valerian root because I felt so upset. Like I felt like I literally could not calm down. Anyways, eventually he comes in, you know, he takes his he I give him valerian root. We go to bed. At like 6:30 the next morning, he has a seizure. And
So she says she gives him
I
valerian
felt
root,
like
and
I
6:30 the
knew
next
this
morning he
was
has a
going to
seizure.
happen because of the way I was. Um, so we have cayenne pepper, right? This is what has stopped him from having seizures is the cayenne pepper. I lick my finger, I stick it in the cayenne pepper jar, and I put it under his tongue. It is so powerful that it can literally stop a seizure. Y'all need to take notes, and as a heads up,
That makes no sense. He can't
You hear
swallow
what
it.
she just said?
Y'all need to take notes and heads up. Is that what you said?
No, she said she licks her
Oh
finger,
yeah.
she sticks it in.
That's so gross. That's so gross.
Like, even if I did that, I would not be telling you.
Mm-mm.
You know what
I
I
know,
mean?
right? Exactly. Somebody said she
That
looks like she's on Xanax, and I think they may be right. Like she,
I thought the same thing. I literally
yeah.
thought the same thing. To me, that seemed like a Xanax or a Valium kind of night. But um, I mean, damn, Dre, come on.
like, please let what I'm saying be an example that I feel like I feel so strongly that I have to talk about this. Why would I want to talk about any issues in my marriage, especially something that was so bad it affected my husband's physical health in such an extreme way? You know, I just feel like this is, hold on, let me do this. Okay, I feel like I read a comment and I shouldn't have. It wasn't bad, but I'm totally distracted. I mean, it was a little bit questionable. Oh yeah, but I feel like this is heavy on my heart to come here, and I feel like people need to hear it. I don't know which people need to hear it, but I just feel like people need to hear, you know, whatever. Anyways, another reason why I was so stressed is because people can't get over my weight, and I feel like it's a difference whenever people who, you know, haven't seen me hop on a video. But whenever I'm continually talking about weight loss and then people come for me if I'm not answering their question right away, the number one,
Question. Does it seem like she is literally almost a different person now versus when she was bigger?
Yeah. In my
It
opinion,
seems
it
like
does. Yeah.
it feels like it's two different people. And now she even talks differently.
Mm-hmm.
She used to be more bubbly, more funny and everything, and now it's like all seriousness.
Yeah, I could see why she would gain a following when she was bigger. She was very
Oh yeah,
funny. Yeah.
very funny. Yeah, very funny, very, engaging and everything. But now she seems, and please don't get mad at me for saying this, chat, but she seems more like Kardashian like.
Mm-hmm.
Very monotone,
Oh my gosh,
no
yes.
facial expressions. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
just like it's like, yeah, totally,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah. Very weird.
I love him so much.
My
You know,
husband.
yes. And it's like back then she was just bubbly and everything. And in my opinion, um, myself knowing being 10 years clean, addiction kills you slowly from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's constant in your mind. You know what I mean? When you're in active addiction. So I don't know if that's it. Um, but something,
It's like she lost her glow that she had back when she first started, the
yes,
fun personality. And then she
she
just,
lost the innocence of it.
yeah, she just become this person that was like so controlling and always serious. And she couldn't have fun and she couldn't loosen up and she couldn't, everything was so serious.
Yes. It's really just, I don't know if she's just thinks she's gotten so big she can't act silly anymore stuff, but that's what made the audience fall in love with who she was. It was her
Exactly. Yeah.
silliness, her makeup, and that kind of her fun times and all of that. And a lot of people think like we can't stand Dre or something. That's the farthest thing from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not that we don't like her or anything. It has nothing to do with her, like that. It's just the decisions and the control issues that she has done to, you know, the family, the
Right.
bystanders,
Yeah. Innocent
of
people.
this. It's not okay to, you
Oh,
know, record these
no, not at all.
seizures and everything online. And by the way, I need to talk to you about someone on TikTok. there is kind of like another Dre McCrae,
No way.
but she has one child. And
She's on TikTok or YouTube?
TikTok.
Okay, because if you're gonna say YouTube, I was gonna say I know who she is. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Anyways,
no, she's on TikTok and she has one kid, but I think there's a lot of questions going around about this influencer, if you will.
Mhm.
And I think she has allegedly ulterior motives
Mhm.
of why she has her daughter on there.
Oh Lord, send
And
me the info because I'm interested.
she's getting a lot of heat because she's a baby, the kid is almost. Like she's like 3 or 4 years old, 5 maybe, and she is showing her daughter off in ways that a child should not be showed
Is
off.
she not getting in trouble? Like, is TikTok not doing anything about it?
She's gotten in some sort of trouble before, I think. But I think they've given her back her account or something like that because she does it to where you're just like, is she doing that on purpose or is she not? You know what I mean? But it's the messages that she sends through her videos is a whole nother
Yeah.
thing. She's got like her baby daughter, and she's like in a bathing suit or something, and her legs are just spread.
Oh no, 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 Lord of Jesus.
And she's
Yeah.
like, and it's, people are wondering, they're like, there's a lot of really, really sick people.
So I think some of the people in the chat know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I've gotten several emails from these people.
Something about eating a corn dog.
Yes.
She didn't have her daughter eating a corn dog. And was it the daughter
Yes.
eating a corn dog?
Yes.
So she's basically setting her daughter up in front of TikTok to do things that could literally pull in pedophiles. That could
Yes.
wow. Wow, that's terrible.
She'll be like in the bathtub with a bathing suit and everything like that. And I'm like, you are effing joking me.
What age is the two or you said 3?
I mean, she's how old? The people in the chat, like, I don't know much about this person. Justin sent a video. Okay.
We did.
Um,
I think this video isn't talking about. Did you catch the time 6:30 is when he sees in the AM? I don't think that she's talking about the morning of, right? I think this is a different situation, like a different, right? I switched it. Um, they were talking
oh, I
about
haven't
Dre
seen.
in this
This
video.
is
In this video, Dre said he woke up at 6:30 and he had a seizure. The video we were just watching. So somebody was
okay.
commenting on that saying, "Did y'all catch that she said he woke up at 6:30 and had a seizure?" But I think that's a
No.
different morning. I don't think this is the same morning. I know I switched the
Oh, I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah, I'll send you cash app. Oh, thank you, Jordan.
Someone just sent me this video and I've never saw it. So
No, Julie, it was on Cash App. I sent you a Cash App to you. Can I wait? Let me see.
can y'all hear that?
No, we can't hear it.
No volume?
Now we can.
Okay.
Need to give him some water, and they don't want to do it.
Where's the music coming from?
Oh crap.
If it's got music on it, you guys, we have to be very careful. Molly wasn't feeling. Yeah, Molly wasn't feeling well, you guys.
You see what kind of crazy I am? I should have known that, Elle. I'm
Oh
so
no, it's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It'll probably be okay. But I have this reality TV star that struck my channel, so I have a strike already. And if you,
Really?
yes,
She struck your channel?
yeah, she did. She's mad because she don't like the way I cover her.
I have a one of my best friends, I'll tell you off air, is a reality TV star.
Oh really?
And I bet you watch him every day, almost.
Oh my god, that's interesting. You have to tell me who
Yeah.
it is because now I want to know.
And it's from a network that you talk about every day.
Like MTV, WeTV, uh, VH1,
TLC.
TLC. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
My one of my best friends. I've thought about having him on my show,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want. I've never ever released who he is because I don't want any harassment. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I don't blame you.
yeah.
But that's cool though. That's super cool. Um, Someone said they sent a, who was it? Julie? You say you sent a cash app and you wanted me to verify. Was it today, babe? Because I got one yesterday from Judy, but I don't have anything from Julie. But my cash app is not. It doesn't say LB. It says ELLBEE7, I think. So there's not another because my name LB was not available, so I had to drop that last E off the name L, which can kind of be confusing. But
How did you come up with LB?
so when I decided, okay, I have to get away from using my real name,
Hmm.
um, what's a name that I can use? And people would call me LB because my initials for my real name is LB. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like, say my name is Layla Benton or Lindsay
Right.
Benton. It was LB as my initials, and a lot of people called me that. What so ironic? Like back in the day when me and the other YouTuber used to go head to head, it was always KJ and LB, KJ and LB. You know, like bashing KJ and LB.
So you just spelled the
So I
ELLEB.
just spelled it. I said, why don't I just spell my initials and that be my new YouTube name? And so I always liked the name Elle Woods off
Me
uh
too.
what is the name of Legally Blind.
Legal on.
Yeah. I always thought that's a really cool name, Elle, you know. So
Hmm.
I was like, that'd be cool to go by LB.
Bend and snap.
Ben and Snap. Yes. So yeah. I thought that because I was actually gonna just do LB, just the LB. And I was like, but that's kind of boring, just
Yeah.
you know. So I came up with that and thought it was cute.
You need like a little bumblebee on the
Mhm.
BEE.
Yeah.
A bumblebee.
I've had like people make me little bees, and I actually had a little coaster in here the lady made me and it had bees on it, but I spilled something on it so I had to wash it.
Yeah.
But yeah, people will make me little bees and send it to me, and what's I made a little backdrop thing for my channel the other day, and I had a little bee sitting on the word, like I think it was like reality TV news or something like that that it said, and I had a little bee like sitting on the R, and I put it up there, and then that's when Molly sent me one, and I was like, I like yours so much better, so I'm using yours. Hers don't have a bee in it, but it looks really good. So, but yeah, a lot of times people will send me little things with bees on it. It's super cute.
Justin hide him in a box and make us guess who he is. That's funny.
That's pretty cool.
That's funny. Um,
Someone else.
it's just sad that there's always a few that's got to screw it up for everybody.
It's terrible. It's terrible. You're not blocked, Teresa. Um, yeah. Did anyone see the 60 Minutes upload last night in regards of ticks and severe issues developing from ticks and and similar apps. Absolutely frightening. 60 Minutes Australia on YouTube. No, I didn't see that.
Did you say ticks? Oh, gotcha. Yes, I saw that.
Ticks.
This is from TikTok. TikTok. It's when the pandemic happened, uh, there was a sense of isolation and stuff, and it's 9 out of 10 times it's young teenage girls, but they've developed a tick like almost a Tourette's. It's basically is Tourette's,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's some of it is from just what's the kind of learned it in school, the power of persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
They'll see and they'll just start ticking and stuff, but some of it they really don't even know why it's happening. But the power of social media is a real thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I followed this guy. I kind of got really into him for a while. He has tattoos everywhere, and he has Tourette's, and he talks about his ticks a lot. His name's like
Hmm.
Frank, someone, but it's really funny, and he talks about what he calls his ticks, which is when he has these outbursts. He says usually what he's thinking to himself, like don't say, don't say, don't say.
Hmm.
He says it. It's like if I'm telling myself in my mind, please don't say that, it's gonna come out. He said so
They
like
have to be to get the relief.
exactly. He's like, I can't control it. He said so anytime he goes into an airport, like one of the main things his mind is telling him, don't say bomb, don't say bomb. And then he just starts saying, FS bomb in your bag. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
everybody's like, so he has to say, sorry, I got Tourette's. Sorry, I got Tourette's.
right.
And he
Which creates more anxiety for them, and it
everybody's
just
looking at
makes
him.
it worse.
Mm-hmm. He's really good with explaining it and talking about it though. And um, the N word is something that he says a lot. And he's like, I
It's
literally cannot help it.
Yes,
Um,
they can't. They can't.
he's like, I wish I could. I can't. Um, and he goes live a lot and he'll record himself a lot and he'll be in places and like that'll happen. And he's actually friends with Billie Eilish, which Billie Eilish has tics as well. She's got Tourette's,
Hmm.
which people didn't even know that Billie Eilish had Tourette's. Um,
Yeah.
hers is more along the lines of like little tics with like her head or something like that. It's not like the yelling out. But our son does it with his eyes. We've never got him
My
diagnosed, but
my son had a moment with his eyes,
mm-hmm,
and
yeah,
he would do this a lot, but
mm-hmm.
then he kind of grew out of it. But then he did it with his. He would like kind of do like a cough, like
Clearing his
like
throat.
clearing his throat,
Yep.
kind of. But I do that all the time too. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something in
In
my
your
throat.
throat. Yeah. Thank you, Connie, for becoming a member. Yeah, our son Eli. Me and Shaw was like, is that like Tourette's or something? And we would ask him like, are you okay? Like, does your eyes hurt? Does it like, is there something in your throat? And he would say, no, I just can't help it. It just like, it just happens.
Just any.
Mm-hmm. But the Frank guy, people was like saying, you don't have Tourette's because look at all your tattoos. And he's like, it's the weirdest thing, but I have a really good tattoo artist. And
Hmm.
I guess when he's like calm and like super relaxed, it don't happen as
Yes.
much.
Well, I mean, people who have Tourette's, it's not necessarily 24/7 either.
Right.
There's good days and there's bad days for people with even the most severe cases of Tourette's as well. And there's certain hours of the day a lot of times. But in the more uh, public, the more stressful the
Mm-hmm.
situation they are around, it's
Yeah.
it's
Um,
it
yeah.
kind of explodes at that point.
Baby Milo wants to come up. Justin, you can drop her a link, right? She
Okay,
had,
sure.
she had a really good point. She came up on was it your channel she came up on the other day? And
Molly's
Molly's channel. And she
yesterday.
really
She's
has,
very smart
yeah,
girl.
I like her.
Um, Baby Milo, I'll drop this link for you. Just need to make sure it's you. Just show your face. If you don't want to keep your camera on, that's fine.
Our roommate has a mouth gets worse when he is tired. He'll hit himself on the head. Bianca is a girl that had like the worst case of Tourette's when she was young. It was terrible.
I saw that.
Yep, they did a 60-minute.
60 Minutes Australia on it.
Yep,
I felt so
bad.
sorry for that girl.
Yeah, they had to put her in like a home because she like destroyed her parents' house. Like it was beaten and broken. Which now she has a YouTube channel.
Yes, but they did a surgery. Remember that surgery
Yes.
they did, and it helped her for a while.
And she got an infection, so they had to like reverse it. And her house is like completely made to like withstand her. You know, she cooks.
Punching.
Yeah, she'll cook, and when she cooks, she has to burn herself a lot of the times because she's telling herself, "Don't burn yourself, don't burn yourself," and then she just has to like stick her finger in the pan, or she'll put it on her stomach.
Hey, baby Milo, can you turn your camera on, please? Thank you, my love. Hello.
Hey, baby
Hello.
Milo.
Justin, I did email you yesterday. I'm not sure if you saw. But you know, there's a video, right? I think you put it out or it was in one of the Facebook groups where Dre was very, very confident saying, oh, when he wakes up, he won't have seizures anymore.
Yes.
Are you aware of the video?
No.
And have anybody thought why she's so confident that after he fall in a coma and after he wakes up, he won't have seizures anymore?
That's a good question. How does she know he wouldn't have seizures anymore?
That's why I'm thinking it was an overdose and it scared her. It scared the freak out of her. That's why she don't dare to give one anymore after he wake up.
But this is the thing. Like, even if it was like allegedly a drug or something like that was given, and then, you know, she took him out like you was suggesting allegedly yesterday out to the building and stuff, who knows if he's even going to remember anything.
Yes.
Just because he wakes up doesn't mean he's going to remember anything.
But you know, all this started after the diet and after all these herbs came about, the K especially. So what made her so confident that after he wakes up, he won't have a seizure anymore? And she was so confident in one of the videos.
Probably because she knows she's the one causing them. You know, she's giving him stuff that's causing them. So she's like, if he ever comes out of this, I'll never give him any of that ever again.
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yes, I also think so. Like, it scared her that she don't dare to, like, give him anymore.
I don't know. I mean, there is literally nothing I think that anyone could tell me about this case anymore that would surprise me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if they said, you know, Dre's got another family, you know, and another husband 5 minutes down the road, you know, like it wouldn't surprise me at this point. You know what I mean? And to be clear, I am not saying that. I'm just saying nothing would surprise me. FYI.
For me too. Like, oh my god, this girl is the worst human being I've ever seen.
She's a mess. She really is a mess.
Yeah, she
like,
really is.
Who will ever emotionally, maybe physically from what Raza say, but who will do this to their partner that they came to love?
Yeah. Who knows?
Someone said that they saw that Dre did a video today that I saw someone say this earlier, that she has a small group with just a few people in it where she does videos. Someone said they saw a video today. If you did, please email it to me or Justin. My email is netnet216@gmail.com. We'll check it out. A lot of times the videos that we get are like videos that we've seen already and that we've already played in previous streams because there's so much content out there.
But don't let that stop you from emailing us, because
you
always
never know.
email us,
You
even
never
if you
know.
think.
Exactly.
Yes, because we don't want to miss it, you know. Even if you think we've saw it and you're just not sure.
Right.
Okay, I just got emails. Oh, I haven't seen this video. Justin, please play this. These are unseen video. So this is a world exclusive on Elle Bee's channel.
Okay, so somebody commented if there was any drug in his system, the doctor had to have caught it
What?
because when he got to the hospital, they would have taken his blood. But the
Crap.
police told Vaughn's
What is it
dad
saying?
that there's a high K in his system.
Yeah, I do think they said that there's a high amount of or she did say that day, she said he took a high amount. He took a lot of K. And I know someone said there's no evidence of an overdose. We are not saying that he did in fact have an overdose. When you're on a panel and you have 2,000 people in the chat and you're unsure of things, a lot of times people's minds just go, and we're like, well, what if this, what if that, maybe this makes more sense. We're not trying to cause the family any pain. As a matter of fact, the family, I think they would say that, like, hey, can y'all please stop speculating about our son? But Miss Letitia has been on here before as we talked, and she's also said she doesn't think what they're saying happened. Things don't make sense to her. So I think Miss Letitia even wonders as well. So I think if the family did have a problem with us wondering and kind of having the conversation, they would ask us to stop. I'm so sorry I had to say that. I clicked on that. The videos from Gina, they're older videos because she's bigger. Dre's bigger, but I've never seen these. But she is bigger, so I think they're older. But Justin, you can play them and we'll see.
I'm just going to give this girl credit here. This is from Mo Brown's channel.
And we will link it. I will link it in the description box below.
I just put it in the chat for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, one more thing before I hop off, right?
Sure.
I just want to say, for anybody that's throwing hate to Letitia, be it Mavon's father, be it Marissa, Justin, or Elle, right? Especially Katie Joy. If this happened to your family, you don't ever find someone to be the voice for your family. I mean, Marissa, Justin, and Elle, they are just trying to be a voice for Mavon. If nobody is being the voice for him, then who will? And what happens if this happened to one of your family members and everybody is just throwing hate at you? Like, how you feel? Like, please be a human with feelings and not a heartless human.
Thank you so much.
I agree. Thank you.
That's just all what I want to say. And I just want to say again, thank you, Justin, Marissa, and Elle for being a voice for Vaughn and Justice for Vaughn.
Thank you, baby Milo. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Miss Letitia and Miss Juanette Jackson are in the chat. And Miss Letitia did say, I have no problems. We want to hear the truth. I think they enjoy us talking about it and keeping his name out there. Because the second we stop doing videos, what happens? You know what I'm saying?
There's no pressure.
No pressure, exactly. No pressure
You got to keep it in the news. This is, so she's heavier here, but she's still allegedly in this video. She's talking about Vaughn seizure, hospital, Raza missing, calls 911. So that's a lot, supposedly, in one video.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Today has been incredibly stressful, obviously. And so I'm just gonna vent about it.
It's so low.
Hello. Oh, thank you, Gemma. And feeling very overwhelmed. Know that it's gonna come and it won't stop.
Can y'all hear it at all?
I can.
Okay, I can't. So, but if y'all can hear it, fine.
Because it's gonna keep happening, and there's nothing you can do about it. Trying to get Vaughn to go to the hospital was like bad.
he was like refusing to go, which the staff at the hospital told me that EMS, I guess, if we called them, they would be able to come over and stop him from having one. But the thing is that they said that they have stuff to stop it, but it's like his only lasts like 45 minutes to an hour, or 45 seconds to a minute, which to me is, I got this literally everywhere. To me, it's like if I were to call, they're not, it's not gonna be it'll be too late. And at that point, are they gonna give him something if he's not seizing, even though I tell him like he's gonna have another one? I doubt it. I really need to get him this, what is it called, rescue medication. So I think that it's gonna make me more comfortable if he hasn't. Now he's at the hospital and they're keeping him overnight for observation. I got home a few hours ago, several hours ago, because once I knew that they were going to keep him overnight, I just wanted to leave, especially because it was either getting dark or was dark. So came back home, and not too long after coming home, I didn't know, I thought we didn't have any passion flower. So I was like, let me take some Malungu bark, because I know that's going to help me with my anxiety. It's going to calm me down, make me tired, and I need to sleep. I really, really need sleep more than anything, because I don't sleep well enough and long enough. The sleep that I do get. And then I took valerian root, which makes you tired, but because I was so anxious, it takes away my anxiety and makes me calm. And sometimes I don't go to sleep, because now it's like, okay, now I'm not struggling mentally, because the thing helped my anxiousness, Thank you. I love you guys.
Thank you, Big and Sexy.
Like, the first thing I did was, and taking the valerian root, it's pretty fast acting for me, and that calmed me down enough to be able to cry. And I feel like there's so much tears that need to come out. I really need them to come out, because I'm like, I'm really upset at a family member for the lack of support for me. It's just like, holy crap. Like, I just feel like, yo, if you knew what happens behind the scenes, and someone is wrong is wrong, no matter who they are to you, like I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, I will literally stop being friends with someone if I know they mistreat other people, because I don't want that. I don't want to be around people that are like that. And it doesn't have to be me, and I don't have to know the person, but I hate mean people. Like, I hate mean people. Anyways, we got home and we studied right away, because I want to do this daily. I know I need to not overtrain, which you can download it. JW Library, brochures and booklets help your kids. That's, aw, Kirsty. And that was that. I needed to go outside to get my charger that was in Von's truck, and like, Raza, he likes going outside even if it's for like just quickly or whatever. So he came outside with me and it was really like dark, and so I told him like stay close to me, and so he thought it would be funny to hide. He hid and I couldn't find him, and I'm like, Raza, and then I'm like, Raza, and I'm thinking the worst because I've had, since at the hospital, I had this, like, towards the end of my visit at the hospital, I had this really overwhelming feeling like something bad is going to happen. Like, someone's going to die. Like, it was very heavy and it made me feel very sick. I didn't feel like it was Vaughn that I was picking up that vibe from. So I wasn't scared about him, but I just felt like really uncomfortable, very vulnerable, very exposed, very scared, wondering, is it me? Like, oh my gosh. And then because now I'm paranoid about dying, like everything is just emotional, you know? And then I'm paranoid, like, oh my gosh, let me be extra careful when I drive. The whole, like, not the whole time, a couple of times driving home from the hospital, like I had to pray because I was just asking Jehovah to get me home because I'm so afraid the truck is going to blow up. It just felt
What?
bad. Like I can't describe that feeling. Just all bad. It just felt bad. Like I can't describe that feeling. Just all bad. So after we study and we're here, we're doing good, and Raza did so good reading, and the girls did follow through. So we have to do one chapter. It's like a into lesson 3. My kids haven't lost them wanting to, like, so much indication from me that I'm just glad. With a little bit later after our study, I hear what literally sounds like gunshots. It was like 5 of them, and it was literally not directly in our backyard, but in the like right by where we go walking, like by the canal. Like I heard it. It was behind my house, but not in my backyard, if that makes sense. And I'm thinking like, holy crap, like I don't think that was fireworks. I think that was gunshots, and I need to call the cops. So I call 911 and I tell them, like, this is what I heard. You know, I'm really afraid. We have a canal. Like, what if something happened? Like, I want to call you to let you know, like, this area is, you know, pitch black by a canal. It's not far fetched for that to happen, you know? So they had said, well, that officers were dispatched. And she had said, well, do you want them to stop by your house and, like, I don't remember the word, like, contact you. Do you want an officer to contact you? At first I said no, and then I'm like, you know what? Yes, because I'm not going to be able to sleep until, like, I know it was or wasn't gunshots, because now I'm like really nervous. So I grab the kids and we all go into the room, and I have the dogs in there, and I make sure I close all the curtains and lock the doors. And I am just like terrified because I don't want, like, me feeling like someone was gonna die. I don't want to feel that. Like that's very heavy. And to know that it possibly was right. Oh gosh. And then on top of that, like yo, my husband's not here. That doesn't make me comfortable being here. Oh, but I don't even know if I finished the story with Raza, but when we were outside, this was before I heard gunshots. And so he was hiding, and I'm like, Raza, Raza, Raza. And I'm like, now I'm saying it like, Raza, 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 because I'm going into full panic mode. He comes from in front of the truck, and I'm like, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. And I'm like, holy crap, I thought something bad happened. I'm already antsy, like I'm stressed about everything happening with Vaughn and him not being okay, and just the death feeling, and then going outside, and then I can't find Raza. It was so scary. So then after I was like, don't do that, don't do that, he could clearly see that I was not okay, and he just kind of stared at me in like the most saddest like eyes, and I shut the truck door, and I ran to pick him up, and I held him and squeezed him, and I said, I told him, I can never lose you. Like, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. I can't lose you. So we come inside, and I'm still holding him. And then I say, I'm sorry for yelling, but I was so scared something bad happened to you. And then the freaking gunshot. So it's just like, yo, this is nonstop. And an officer hasn't come back to me to tell me anything. So now I'm just like, oh my gosh, did they not say anything because they're busy, trying to find a body or whatever? Like, now that has me worried that something actually did, and that's why they can't update me. So scary. So I'm a lot more comfortable. Like, and then I heard gunshots late, like maybe an hour later again, but it sounded much farther away. So I think hearing that made me feel like whatever it was, whoever it was, that noise is no longer in my backyard. But dude,
Could she be like on something?
Scared, dude.
I was just going to say that. Pause it for a second, Justin. So I was going to say, I wonder if it's possible that she's on something that's causing her to be paranoid, which
It's actually done. Yeah.
the police reports that we went over there showed that there were calls due to fireworks. So I wonder if what she was hearing was actually fireworks. When the police come out, maybe they figured out that it was fireworks, but she thought it was gunshots.
We've got that police, not the police report, but the police 911 notes to that.
Yeah. I wonder if that was the same. What was the date on that one? It was like October 2020.
I don't know.
We do know that was an old video, you guys. We're getting people's emailing us videos right now, just videos that maybe we haven't seen. Like, we know that they're old, just to kind of give us more of an insight into, but she definitely looked like she was not well, either under the influence of something that maybe she had a reason to be on it, maybe she didn't. I don't know, but it definitely seems like she was paranoid. She's mixing uppers and downers, probably Adderall, Xanax, and other benzos. Yeah, in my opinion. Yeah.
Something definitely isn't right.
Right. Yeah.
With the kids there, that's what really hurts my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry if y'all hear my cat.
Oh, that is okay. Justin, please read your email.
Please read. Oh, okay. Someone wanted me to share this to me, Elle, Marissa, Letitia, the Jackson family. hold on, I'm gonna kill my cat if you come here, Mittens. My cat, he will get up on a table and he will literally see a cup and he'll go right off the table.
Oh my god.
Or
Even if
anything.
even if it's got something in it?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Or if there's something he can move on a table, he gets up, swipes it off.
That's funny.
So it says, when a toxic person can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you. The misinformation will feel unfair, but stay above it, trusting that other people will eventually see the truth just like you did. That is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so true. So true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what we try to do.
She's always talking about something happening to the kids. Makes me wonder if when she talks like this, she's expressing her actual thoughts about the kids. You never can tell what goes on in her mind. Like Molly said the other night, like why um, she was questioning why Dre would do the things that she does. Like it just doesn't make sense. And I remember I was thinking maybe she has Munchausen by proxy. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people with different types of conditions, it don't make sense. Dee Dee Blanchard, it made no sense that she had Gypsy Rose sitting in a wheelchair, wearing glasses, convinced that she was dying. You know what I'm saying? When she wasn't. Um, Sean, I can't mute Sean. Wait, yes, I can. Hold on a second, you guys.
Oh, I can mute. I'll mute. I'll mute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Ow. Hello. Hi. Oh my goodness, yes, I'm still streaming. What? Can you give me like 2 minutes and I'll just get off? Is everything okay? I literally just I have earbuds in. I couldn't figure out how to pause it. Justin said he would pause it while I'm trying to. I thought you were watching, and when I went to take my when I went to take oh no, she was supposed to be at work. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll close it out so I can call her and see if she's all right. Figure out what's going on. Thank you. I I literally, Sean, when you called, I had earbuds in and I pulled one out so I could call you, but instead of pulling the earbud out, I pulled my earring and it got clamped on my ear. I'm not muted. That's okay. Um,
You're not muted. I muted myself. I thought it would mute.
It's okay. I just looked up and I seen everybody, you're not muted. You're not muted. You're not muted. And I'm like, well, they hear me whining to my husband.
It'll be all right.
It'll be fine. Okay, babe. I'll let you go. I'll get off and I'll call her and see what's going on. All right, thank you.
It's not like we don't all wind to ours.
My daughter's having issues. Not gonna lie. That I got mad at Sean for about a millisecond when that happened, because I'm like, this fool knows I'm live. Why is he calling my phone, making me pull my earring out? Oh my gosh. But I got to call my daughter because apparently there's some issues. Okay. So I'm gonna have to. Thank you, babe. I have hopefully a member stream. Yeah, my daughter can get a little wild sometimes, you guys, and she's 17 and crazy. So
it's just the way it is at that age.
I'm so sorry. We will. I have a member stream that I'm supposed to do at 8:45, but you guys, if I can't get to it, I'll make a post on my Patreon or my community tab. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to it. And Justin, next, where will we be? Your channel, Molly's channel? Do you know?
My channel.
Okay,
My
next will
channel.
be Justin's channel. I'm so sorry, you guys have to cut it short, but I'm gonna go figure out what's going on with my daughter. And remember streaming a few
Sure.
if we
We've
can
been
make
live a while.
2 hours and 15 minutes. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we've been alive a while. So,
Okay, well,
all
Justin,
right.
thank
Love
you for
you
hanging out.
all.
Bye,
No.
everyone.
All right. Take care. Hope everything's okay with your daughter.
Thank